Hello everyone, this is AndresRestart, and some very exciting things have just happened. The last 12 hours have been an absolute roller coaster for me, between me having to give up on this idea of there being a Metroid Prime 4 Direct, to me getting hope for there to be a Metroid Prime 4 Direct. We've gotten leaks for the Mario Galaxy movie. We have now a Mario Galaxy movie Direct tomorrow. We've heard about Pokopia. There's a trailer coming out really soon. We have the release date. There's some controversy surrounding it having to do with the file size, and actually more so with it being a Game-Key card, which is a whole other conversation to have. But the biggest thing that literally just happened that has me going crazy here is Nintendo made an announcement that, in my opinion, basically confirms. It doesn't actually confirm. To be clear, it's not confirmed yet, but this is perhaps some of the strongest evidence we've seen directly from Nintendo that they are indeed planning an epic and ambitious The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. They are teasing something having to do with Ocarina of Time here that's very exciting. It's not the game, but it certainly strongly suggests there will be a game, in my opinion, and so we're getting into all of that today. But before going forward, let me point out I have this goal to reach 60,000 subscribers, so if you find yourself enjoying my videos, I would very much appreciate your support. Subscribing, liking, hyping the video, it all makes a huge difference in helping these videos to reach a larger audience. So yes, your support would absolutely be appreciated, but I at least thank you for coming by to watch today's video. So jumping right into it here, this is what we have. Nintendo of America says this, flame emoji, do you realize who you are dealing with? Hashtag Lego The Legend of Zelda. And here's the clip. Build the legend. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That's what this is. This is a Lego set for Ocarina of Time. We've been theorizing that there would be an Ocarina of Time remake. We talked about a while ago that there is a rumor for an Ocarina of Time Lego set to come out in March, and now that's basically been confirmed. We don't know when it's coming out, just 2026, but it's an Ocarina of Time Lego set, and we had heard it was about Link versus Ganondorf. And this scene is depicting exactly that. Link versus Ganondorf turning into Ganon, actually. At the very end of Ocarina of Time, you see Zelda blurred out in the background, you see the flames, you see the destroyed castle, you see Link, you see Navi. Very clearly, this is Ocarina of Time. This is a Lego set for specifically Ocarina of Time. Now, it is just a Lego set, it is not a new version of Ocarina of Time, but it's something I would think is very substantial in this theory that Nintendo is working on Ocarina of Time. We have talked about before how Nintendo does cross-promotion. This is highly documented within all of Nintendo's financials. They like to do the merchandising, like to do the movies, the parks, and it all brings an audience back to their games, and then the fans of those games go out to all that other stuff. It's a back and forth thing, it's a cyclical thing, and it boosts sales significantly. But also, we've seen how Nintendo builds up to these things. We've seen several different Pikmin things leading to Pikmin 4. We've seen several different things of Donkey Kong leading to Donkey Kong Bonanza. We've seen several Mario things leading to the next Mario game or to the next Mario movie. And here, we are seeing Nintendo put out a dedicated Ocarina of Time Lego set. We've talked about how Aonuma has teased Ocarina of Time being remade before. There's a lot of other things that we've talked about that seem to suggest that Nintendo is working on an Ocarina of Time remake, like recently we talked about the patents that are utilizing Navi. So I'm now more convinced than ever before that there is indeed going to be an epic, ambitious remake for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. When will it come out? I'm not sure, but I do have more optimism that we could be hearing about it relatively soon, at some point in the year of 2026 for the 40th anniversary. Will it be a holiday release? Will it be saved for 2027 after the Zelda movie? We're not sure yet, but I do think it's happening more strongly than ever before, and now we have something very concrete from Nintendo that's just about Ocarina of Time in a very big way, which I think now more people than ever before are going to think that, yeah, you know what, you're probably right, there's some sort of Ocarina of Time remake in the works. So this is hype, this is exciting, and just the Lego set alone is exciting. Like, this is a really cool thing. So Lego sets are really expensive, so I'm not sure I'm going to buy it, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to think about it because this is extremely cool. But we have other news. There is a Mario movie direct tomorrow morning, November 12th, Wednesday, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I will be live streaming it. We will be watching it together, talking about it. The live stream will likely be copyright claimed because that's just how these things work. However, we're going to watch it, enjoy it. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to talk about the movie. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. Many people have been expecting the trailer to happen soon. I have agreed that we would get at least one more trailer before the end of the year. We might even get another in December. And so here it is. It's happening. Now, there have been some leaks. I don't think the leaks are really that crazy, but yep, there is merchandising for the Mario movie, Pillsbury, and we can see a great design of Yoshi right here. Yoshi looks awesome. We can even see the castle, the observatory, Rosalina's observatory. We can see it over here as well, and we see Mario riding Yoshi, very Mario Galaxy style, so that is cool stuff. Now, we've actually seen Yoshi's design before. I'm sure someone here in this thread will probably point it out. No one actually did, turns out, but we did see these Old Spice body sprays months ago, before the Mario movie was even confirmed, and we thought it might have been fake at the time, but now that the Mario Galaxy movie has been confirmed, these appear to be extremely real, and now with these recent leaks, this Yoshi design is pretty much very obviously real. So yes, we now have our best look at Yoshi from the Mario Galaxy movie, which is cool stuff, and I bet we're going to see Yoshi tomorrow. Will we also see Rosalina? Perhaps. But with this official Mario Galaxy movie news of there being a direct, many people now think there's not going to be a Metroid Prime 4 direct. And to be fully forthcoming, I have now more reason to doubt there being a Metroid Prime 4 direct than ever before. We are this late into the game. It doesn't seem like they're going to be announcing a Metroid Prime 4 direct for this week, because it's already fairly late into Tuesday. Like, maybe they announced something later today, but I doubt it, because they've announced a whole bunch of other things, like this Mario movie direct tomorrow, and we now just got this big announcement of this Zelda Lego set, and now we have this Pokopia trailer which is coming out on Thursday, and then the Metroid Prime 4 previews are coming out on Friday. So where is there an opportunity for there to be a direct? Maybe they could announce a direct tomorrow after the movie for Thursday. Like, maybe that could happen. Like, yes, technically there could be a Pokopia trailer on Thursday, and there could still be a Metroid Prime 4 direct on Thursday, but it seems pretty darn unlikely at this point. Usually when it comes to a Nintendo Direct dedicated to a particular game, they happen 4 to 6 weeks before the game comes out. And Metroid Prime 4, this Thursday, will be 3 weeks away, which is very exciting. We are getting very close to the release of the game, but we're also so close to the game coming out that it seems hard to believe that Nintendo would put out a Nintendo Direct. I thought they would with the previews coming out on Friday. It seems like that's not what is going to happen. However, some hope has sprung up. And that's coming from friend of the channel, Paul Gale. So Paul Gale put out a poll. Would you rather the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Direct be on November 18th or November 26th? I voted November 18th because the sooner the better. But in this poll, I responded to Paul, and I asked, are you saying I should not lose hope? And Paul says, yes, I should not lose hope. So I'm not losing hope, I guess, because he told me not to. So there you go. That's it. That's the hope for there being a Metroid Prime 4 Direct. Paul seems to be suggesting that there could still be a Metroid Prime 4 Direct. And maybe we're putting too much stock into this idea that a dedicated Direct has to happen 4 to 6 weeks away before the game comes out. Maybe we're putting too much stock into the idea that they can't have a Direct in the same week as a game coming out. We look at what's happened this week and what's happened in prior weeks. There's a lot of Nintendo news happening in quick, close succession. We're talking about this new Zelda Lego set. We're getting the Mario Galaxy movie direct tomorrow. We're getting a new trailer for Pokopia the day afterwards. Like, there's a lot happening. And there's been a lot happening. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment came out just a few days ago. Like, news keeps coming out. We got the Animal Crossing update. It's just, there's just so much going on right now. We got the trailer for the Pokemon Legends ZA DLC. Like, it's just all over the place. There's so much. We had the Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Like, yeah, there's just so much that keeps happening during this period of time. They may very well still have more things to share and talk about, as they have been having a lot to share and talk about over these last few weeks, where a lot of games from them have been coming out and a lot of their marketing has been overlapping. So Paul's giving me hope here, but I'm going to stick to what I said before, and I'm going to operate under the assumption there will not be a Metroid Prime 4 Direct until proven otherwise. Regardless, previews are coming out this Friday. Metroid Prime 4 news is coming very soon, and I'm sure Nintendo's going to have more to share about the game themselves in whatever form they choose to make it. We'll see, but the news for Metroid Prime 4 is still going to come. We're still going to have a lot to talk about with this game. It's still going to be very exciting, so let's just see what happens. And yet, we have more to discuss here, because Nintendo also confirmed today that Pokopia is coming out on March 5th. A game that has massive potential. It's Pokemon plus Animal Crossing, basically, like that style of gameplay. So, from a sales perspective, this thing could just do ridiculous numbers, and it comes out before the end of the fiscal year. So, that's a huge, smart business move by Nintendo. Cool stuff. A trailer's coming out later this week. That's going to be interesting to look at. But what's also kind of causing quite a bit of a conversation is that Nintendo also put out a YouTube video about game key cards. And they used Pokopia as a sample of a game key card. And in there we see that Pokopia is apparently 10 gigabytes. So maybe that's the case. It is just a sample, so it might not be totally accurate. But it also might be literally what it is. And it's also being suggested that Pokopia is a game key card. Now, Pokopia is being developed by Koei Tecmo, and Game Freak is helping out. Game Freak are the developers of Pokemon, the mainline games. And yes, Nintendo is publishing it. But what's kind of interesting about this situation is that while it's a partner project, it is still a Nintendo-published game using Nintendo IP, and it's a game key card. We haven't seen that yet until now. And so that's certainly causing a great deal of conversation, because a lot of people do not like game key cards, and at least we had seen that Nintendo published games weren't game key cards, so there was at least that people were not too concerned about until now. This is a Nintendo published title that is a game key card. Now, I believe that decision ultimately came down to the developer, and no Nintendo developers were involved with the making of this project. So I don't think this is a sign that other bigger Nintendo titles are going to be game key cards in the future, although perhaps some partner projects that are using some Nintendo IP could, because it ultimately comes down to the decision of the developer, it looks like. I don't think this is a cause for big concern. Now, if you don't like game key cards, the issue has been around. I really don't feel like going over these same talking points again. I think game key cards are better than just download codes, because at least with game key cards you can trade them, resell them, and we have seen that you can still re-download games from many years ago, generations ago. Of course, there is no promise that you have access to it forever. And needing to download a game, I don't like either. Like, I find myself buying physical cartridges, not even necessarily for the collector side of things, or the preservation side of things, but just because I don't want to take up that much space in my Switch 2. I haven't bought a micro SD card yet. I should, but I haven't yet. But I will say, if Pokopia is only 10 gigabytes, they really didn't need to make it a game key card. Like, I do find that to be kind of odd, and it's not like this game is not going to sell well. It's going to sell very well, so it seems like maybe not the best decision, but we'll see what happens, because it is just a sample. Maybe Pokopia won't actually be a game key card, although it probably is. Like, why would they use a game that's not going to be a game key card to tell us about game key cards? I think most likely it is a game key card. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.